Hey guys, welcome to this episode of Two Beards Podcast. Today we are drinking the most forgettable seltzer.
Accurate.
According to
Daypack.
Nick.
Yeah, wait, according to me?
Yeah, because you just forget about it every time.
Yes, accurate.
If you remember last episode when we talked about the IPNA from Lagunitas, I brought this up and that it was better than that.
Yeah,
if you're going to pick a non-alcoholic beverage, and this isn't even a beer, it still tastes more hoppy than that. You might remember that. Nick didn't remember that. And oddly enough, in that podcast, Nick didn't remember what seltzer I was talking about, even though he had tried it before.
No. It was after.
No, it was
most certainly after.
Nope, it wasn't. You had tried it like a week before when we were playing cornhole, and then we did the IPNA thing, and you're like, what did I try? And I'm like, you tried it. And then, so you forgot it on that episode. And then after, when we were talking about this episode, he once again forgot what seltzer I was talking about.
That point remains, at least, that I have now forgotten it twice. And here we are, finally drinking this. So now after this, I can forget about it and never think about it again.
Yeah, we're recording a podcast, and we forget every podcast we do. So he's going to forget about the seltzer again.
Absolutely.
So here we are.
Absolutely.
What are you starting with?
I'm going to go mango because if memory serves me right, which it doesn't, I didn't like this one because it was too sweet.
Okay.
And so I'm hoping to kind of calm my way down into a little bit more of a comfier seat.
I think I'm going to start with lime.
Interesting.
Just to
work your way up.
Juxtapose
Sure.
you.
That's fair too. Whoa.
You're like, on a podcast where you review things, wouldn't you drink the same things so you can give a holistic review? No,
You might.
we don't.
No. This isn't like a beer. I don't need to like worry about getting head. It's
Yeah.
confusing.
I just think that if my memory is correct, that the mango is more hoppy flavored than the lime.
Interesting.
IIRC. So
Yeah. Yeah, that is not like a White Claw.
I mean, like, yes, it is.
It's more watery. I don't like it.
They're both water.
I don't dislike it. What I mean is like I would rather there be alcohol in this is all.
I mean, you could go get some vodka.
That is an entirely different alcohol taste that I am not geared for right now.
You could go get some gin and just...
Ooh, with the lemon lime one would be good. It actually wouldn't be bad in this one either. It's better than gin, I guess.
Maybe good.
Yeah.
But on a scale of IPNA to this, what's your preference?
I prefer the IPNA, to be honest.
Why? Because that is dog shit.
I legitimately think it has, and I could be remembering it a little bit wrong, but
We got some downstairs.
sure, might need to, just to help you get rid of it. I remember it being a little bit fuller bodied than this. And it's also apples and oranges, right? Because like one's modeling a beer, the other's literally just a seltzer.
Yeah, sure.
So,
The problem is like,
I'm wrong.
you are wrong. The body was disgusting.
Well, I know that. I remember
horrible.
that. I know that. But like, I don't know. This definitely, I get more hoppy profile in this than I did in Lagunitas's.
They're refresher.
Yeah, God,
Also dog shit.
man, I just can't get over how dog shit that was.
Lagunitas makes good beer, and they should stick to making beer.
Yeah, keep putting yeast farts in your drinks. It's much better that way.
I don't even know if that's it. I think they just only know beer. Like
That's what I'm saying, though.
if Lagunitas came out and made a whiskey, probably shouldn't get that.
Okay.
Like I
see what
probably
you're saying.
would get it, but like
I would.
probably gonna be dog shit.
Oh man, can you imagine like Jameson's IPA thing, but like Lagunitas' take on it, and them kind of having their idea of the Born Yesterday, like a fresh hop whiskey, if you will. That I don't know if I would like, but I'd be very interested to try it.
I don't think it would be good, and I don't think Lagunitas would make it good. I mean, I think Jameson chose.
Oh yeah,
one of the best breweries to do that with.
Why did you say that?
Do you remember who they did it with?
Yeah, they did it with a Bale Breaker.
Yep.
Yeah.
Top Cutter.
I was just gonna say I know the beer name, but I couldn't think of the brewery name. I blanked.
So I think like that's as close as you can get to like the fresh hop, or what we like in the fresh hop experience in like a normal beer. And like I didn't drink that and thought I want this to be more citrusy or something.
Yeah.
So like I don't know. I'm like to me they went for that style of beer and they did it really well.
No, absolutely. I mean, I think all of us tried that night. It was like, wow, this is fucking great. Like they absolutely killed it. And I mean, at the time, for sure, like I don't think I was wanting anything else, and I wasn't even thinking about making any changes on that. But just as the conversation arose right now, I'm like, well, I would be interested to see them do something like that, or like a
it just seems too much like we should marinate this steak in an IPA, and it's like, why?
I was just gonna say, a lot of people are sitting there like, yeah, and then you go, why? And they're like, what?
Like some things just they don't need to like be together.
No, not really.
Now put some hops in some whiskey, and then maybe.
I would like to marinate some chicken in some beer with some hops.
I
think
like, that could be good.
And do like some cilantro and lime.
I wouldn't have any because chicken is gross.
Sure.
You know?
You're pro that flavor.
Sure, try it.
For other people.
I think it's more plausible.
It sounds like a good idea.
I think if you're going to do... I don't know. I think Jameson was a good choice of whiskey because it's very clean and like somewhat herbal, I guess.
Yeah, it's not like spicy, but it has...
Or smoky. Yeah, it's just... So I think that was a good whiskey choice, but like when I think of, beer additions to like cocktails and stuff, I think you could probably make an interesting hopped old fashioned, but I would do like a hopped simple syrup or something.
Would you keep the orange or would you go lemon?
I'd probably have to taste the hop simple syrup to really figure out what whiskey and stuff. It'd be hard to like.
That's probably the hardest choice, really, right? Is what whiskey you choose for it.
And it'd be hard to like you'd have to test with a couple different varieties of hops and like what flavors come out with the sugar and stuff. Like
that's true.
I'm just like skeptical of being able to predict that without trying it a few times.
Oh man, I'm like so on board to try and make like a hop simple syrup. Like I'm thinking this like juicy, hoppy, like florally, like sugar. It just sounds amazing.
Yeah, it probably wouldn't be very juicy, I don't think.
Well, it depends, right? I mean, you add some Citra in there. I think you get some juiciness in there.
I just don't know how much how much of the orange flavor is going to come out. I don't know. I could be wrong. I don't know. Again, I don't trust myself to be able to predict that.
Yeah, I mean, it happens in beer, right? That's all that's flavoring the oranginess in a lot of these beers is just hops.
Yeah. It's just different.
Absolutely. Yeah. I don't know. I just think like anytime I open like a bag of hops and you get a big whiff of that, like it's just so thick and potent, and I would love to just like sweetify that smell. And I just feel like any time I've ever tried or tasted anything that people have tried to do like that, it just hasn't worked out.
We just need to get more cryo hops.
That's true. Yeah.
That's basically the same thing.
That's fair. Yeah. Right. Yeah. They just use is that where they use the actual like oil in there too?
I don't know.
Can't remember what I'm thinking of.
Whenever I think cryo hops, I just imagine them dipping it in liquid nitrogen and.
But they're like more potent. Yeah, a lot more potent.
Yeah, it's not because it's not. It has like, I don't know. Because it's like grounded up and then. I don't think every cryo hop, but isn't like a lot of cryo hop beer have the like lupulin powder or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yep.
Sciencey things. I'm not a scientist.
Like to think they have a bunch of little mice wringing hops out just into jars and then they freeze it.
Probably not the most sanitary thing.
Probably not.
I don't mind mice though. They're cute.
They sure can be. Yeah. I don't like rats.
No.
Rats are pretty gross. I think it's their tails that I don't like. They're so big. Thick.
I'm trying to do a lot more steps.
Oh.
That's why I was doing my walk and I just checked. I'm at 7756 steps for today.
Guarantee you that you have me beat by a long shot.
I came back. Nick was already at my house and I was out walking.
Where do
I just click on health and it's like the very first thing.
Yeah, see, I don't do that no more.
Because your watch?
Kind of not. I think I would have an easier time looking it up on my watch, to be honest with you.
So just do browse.
1400.
And activity.
There it is too. Yep. Yeah, 1400.
That's not much. Did you like roll around the office today in your chair?
I literally get up to put my bacon in the microwave, and that's about it.
Nice.
I should get up more often.
Yeah.
Like just take a lap around the office. And go sit down. Takes like 2 seconds.
And you probably need it, like
guaranteed.
Mental.
Guaranteed.
Wise.
I do not get up from my desk often at all because it's like it's a combination of like the minor COVID restrictions we have there where it's like just annoying.
That's true.
And like I don't want to have to like, I'm gonna go sit on this couch and like wear my mask. Like fuck that. And then it's like, I don't really want to go in my car and like relax because it's kind of uncomfortable to just like sit in your car. And so honestly, I'll usually like stand up, get a little stretching, and just sit right back down. But that gets me all of probably like 2-3 steps. So yeah, I probably should do a lap or something. I don't know. It's obnoxious. But I've been like skating a lot more now too, so it's not like I'm not getting any exercise.
Sure.
So
we're on our health kicks.
Yeah. Oh yeah, today I need to weigh myself. Speaking of which. So
today?
Ta-da. I don't do it every day.
Oh.
I just do it every week. If I do it every day, it's going to be depressing to me, personally.
I just do it every day because I like all the data.
That's fair. Yeah,
because so many things change. Like you could have a high day or a low day.
So it's much easier to like when you see. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. The points when you have a lot more bunched together, it's a little bit more accurate then too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like I average it. Like I like the average for the week.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
But then I need to find a time that I know I can consistently weigh myself at. That's pretty important. And then B, I know it's going to be depressing because there'll be like a day where I'll gain a pound, but then maybe like the next day you like lose 2 pounds, something like that. So it's like, yeah, what an emotional roller coaster, really. Either that or I could just be a man and fucking not worry about it.
True.
And just know that my choices are going to ultimately have me lose weight anyways. So, how much do you have left that you're looking to do?
Like weight wise,
Yeah.
11 more pounds.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I have a shit ton.
I mean, you had more than me to begin with, so.
That is for sure. And additionally, I am not trying nearly as hard as you. Well, okay. So 20, 40, 50. So I'm 1/5 of the way there as of last week, 2 weeks ago. Last week.
Where'd you start at?
I started at 234. Well, I mean, depends on how you want to look at it, right? My first weigh was 232. Second weigh was 234. So I say I started at 234.
Okay.
And so
Looks better that way. Sure.
exactly. Just a constant downward graph. And so last week was 223. So 11 pounds down.
It's good.
Yeah. And what was very depressing upon first weigh-in is like seeing these numbers. And not only do they attribute numbers to them, because it's like, an arbitrary number, not a big deal. They'd like to throw words underneath them like excess and high or low. And I'm like, those aren't encouraging words to me.
Just leave it the numbers, please.
Is there a filter to get rid of those kind of? Man. So maybe we talked about it too. It's like the accuracy of these numbers is not perfect, but I'm sure it's at least generally in the right area. So it's just kind of interesting to see that at the very least.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Good shit.
Yeah, I think, so like, let's see, what day was this? This was the 8th, so Friday. I was the lowest I've been so far, which was 155.7.
Wow.
And then just to give you an example, the very next day, Saturday morning, I was 156.9.
Okay. That's not too bad though.
Or was that, wait, that was Sunday morning. So Saturday, right? Yeah, Saturday morning I was 155.7. The next day 156.9. So 1.2 pound difference.
Is it like, are you pretty close
hours.
to the? I was gonna say, are you pretty close to the exact same time every morning?
Yeah,
Okay,
because I don't sleep.
sure. So it's like I'm not doing anything else at 4 or 5 in the morning.
Yeah, I
Might
just
as
get
well
up and
weigh myself. I always hear that people say like the morning to weigh yourself is when you're the most lightest.
I don't think it has something to do with like being light or not, but I think it has more to do with like it's typically your most consistent point.
Okay. That makes sense.
Because you haven't drank any water, coffee, or anything.
You've already digested dinner.
Yeah. Because like, one morning you could wake up extra thirsty, drink 20 ounces of water. It's a pound and a quarter. Then the next morning you don't really wake up thirsty. Maybe you had a glass of water overnight and you don't drink any water and now you're a pound and a quarter lighter.
I'm trying to like whip myself after every shit. see if that does anything for me. That's gotta add up. I feel like
the problem would be like, if you can't take a shit one day and then you're like pound and a half heavier and you're like, fuck.
Damn it. That's true. Yeah, I probably run into that often.
We're getting to the end of the seltzer. I don't think I said the company. It's Athletic Brewing. They make non-alcoholic beers as well as these seltzers. I looked at getting their non-alcoholic beer, and we might do that in the future, but very similar to the IPNA. It's a massive chunk of carbs.
Yeah.
So I just always think, like, if I'm going to have carbs, like, why not have a real beer? Personally.
That's fair enough.
Unlike the Partake, which had, like, 1 or 2 carbs. And that pale ale was delicious.
Oh, yeah. It was fantastic. Absolutely
so it's like,
fantastic.
That makes sense. Like if we're gonna do that, but another like 14 carbed non-alcoholic beer, I'm like, what's the point?
And it was terrible too. It was like completely pointless. There was no draw to that at all.
Well, the ones they make, I don't know. They could be bad, could be good.
Sure. Yeah, I'm talking
the
specifically.
IPNA,
yeah, Lagunitas is. I can't even say it if it's like if you're like the type of person who you chooses to not drink alcohol, like. Because it's just bad. Like, go drink Heineken's non-alcoholic beer.
Yeah, 100%.
It's actually good. Tastes like a Heineken at the very least. So,
finishing your mango. What are you gonna rate it? And let's just throw a new rating scale because it's not beer.
Sure.
You're gonna rate the mango 1 out of 10.
Whoa, I thought you were gonna go like 1 out of 3.
I know. If you're gonna rate the mango 1 out of 12.
Mm-hmm. That makes a little bit more sense. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, first off, we should have learned earlier on, it's more delicious the larger sips you take for some reason.
I mean, it's water.
Yeah, but what? What are you got about?
Just like, it's not like a, cocktail where it's like flavor condensed. It's water.
Oh, I see your point. Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, it's still pretty flavorful, but it's like.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying it's like more dispersed. So like,
I guess I just drink all
helps.
drinks the same for the most part.
Okay.
I just take very medium-sized drinks, but this is a large drinker. IMO. That's all. I don't know.
Okay.
So, and you're saying that makes sense. And
sure.
Yeah. I'm going to go. 7.5. 12.
The lime, I'm like.
Oh, I smelt this when I opened it. Holy shit.
I'm like a 6.
Really?
Okay, but I drink a lot of seltzer water just normally.
Nonetheless, like lemon lime ones.
Yeah, like lemon is probably like my preferred flavor of seltzer.
Yeah.
And I personally like it to be very tart.
Got you.
Because that way it like tastes most like real fruit. This isn't very tart. This is much more like a soda-y
It's a
lemon
7-Up.
lime. Yeah.
This is even more like a 7-Up than Bud Lights is.
Yeah. Agreed. So it's okay to me. I do think there are some hops in there, which is nice, but it's not like something where I'm like, oh, I need to switch to this seltzer.
I get that. I already have my rating for this next one.
Do it.
I'm going to do a little flip-flop. This is a 6. Lemon lime's 7.5. That's what I'm sticking to. I feel like the lemon lime is much more flavorful than the mango. I lied to myself going into this. Turns out, I don't remember it at all. Mango, not very flavorful, very tame. I wish there was a little bit more mango or even like a little bit more bitterness from some hop flavoring, like something. So
I don't think you're going to get any bitterness from the hops because it's likely just oil. So it's more going to be,
it is
just kind of like some aromatic flavors than anything else.
Which, okay, getting into a little more, then I guess then you'd argue that a little bit more of the hop flavor or aroma, however you want to put it, kind of comes out a little more, I guess, in the mango than this because the lemon lime flavor is so powerful, it masks the actual hops because it does. It just tastes like a 7-Up.
Yeah.
I guess I was just going off the basis of I don't really like either of these. I'm not a huge fan of seltzer water in general, and this one has more flavor, so yum.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
I prefer the mango still.
Yeah.
Because like I said, this just is kind of just, I mean, you said it too. It's just like a lemon lime seltzer.
Yep.
But for me, it's just not something it's not one that I would drink.
Right.
Like I would go like, oh, I need to get this lemon lime seltzer. It's fine.
Yeah.
The mango, it's like if you don't want the carbs from a beer and you want like some, that hoppy, you're craving the hoppy flavor, and it's just kind of a nice seltzer, I think it's pretty good. So I wouldn't like replace any of my seltzers, but I would be like, oh, this is a nice treat kind of thing.
Yeah. What? Okay, this sounds like a stupid question, but I promise it's not. What does carbonation do to your body? Like, what are you putting in to your body when you have it? You know what I mean? Like,
carbon.
I swear to God, if you say the other word.
No, it's just carbon.
It's not just carbon, you fuck.
It literally is them putting carbon gas into water.
It's CO2, no?
Yeah. But like,
so it's not
I mean,
carbon.
But like
carbon's like lead.
I know, but like there's already oxygen in water, so like it's
No, it does not. Are you telling me that
what?
You're telling me that the carbon just bonds to the oxygen?
No.
Okay,
no.
I was gonna say, holy shit.
No, I was just
that's
saying,
amazing.
like, you're saying what else? Like, what are you putting into your body? And
I'm okay.
Carbon.
Well, that's not a fair assessment because carbon does not have the same properties as carbon dioxide.
I know, but like,
no, because chlorine is poisonous and salt isn't. You know. Same argument.
No, but you're still putting chlorine in your...
You're not.
You are.
But you're not at all.
But you are.
Like, yeah, but it's chemically bonded to another atom, so you're not putting chlorine in your body anymore. You're putting a salt molecule.
Like, yeah, but like, you are.
But like, no.
But yes.
Like if they searched for chlorine in your body, they'd find 0. But if they searched for salt, they'd be like, yeah, plenty of those molecules.
They'd probably find some.
Where does chlorine exist naturally? I don't even know.
I don't know. The water.
Underground?
Pools.
True. That's where that's where all the chlorine in the earth comes from. Swimming pools, damn it.
Anyways, I don't think that was your point. Like what is your point?
I guess, yeah, like how does it affect your body? Like
positive or negative?
Yeah, or is it neutral? Yeah, I guess that's my question really. Yeah.
I think it's neutral.
Yeah. Carbon neutral, would you say?
No.
Makes sense.
I think there's probably some effects for like digestion and stuff, but like
since we're golden gods, we don't have to deal with that.
Yeah. People who are bothered by carbonation are just inferior creatures.
Absolutely. They should learn to evolve.
I think that's it though. I don't know. I know carbonation does add bitterness to a drink.
Yeah.
So
oh my gosh, have you ever had a soda at like a restaurant and their like sugar ran out?
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's pure ass.
Which might be one of the reasons why I really like carbonated waters, because it's on the bitter side.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I wish I would have had something like this in like high school when I was first stopping drinking soda.
Yeah.
Because it's like a beautiful substitute. Like as far as like going in, feels the exact same. I feel like I get the same sensation other than the lack of sugar. But like, especially like, the lemon lime one, it is still got some sweet properties to it and it's pretty good.
Ironically, now that I'm dieting, I'm drinking more soda. Just not like sugar soda. Like Coke Zero.
The cancer kind, I get you. Yeah.
Alleged cancer kind.
Pretty confirmed at this point.
No, not at all, actually.
But more than not at all.
No, basically not at all. About the same level as people who think eating steak causes cancer.
We'll call it mixed reviews.
No. We'll call it meta-analysis that doesn't make any sense.
Sure.
Because what they do with meta-analysis studies is they just take a fuck ton of people and say and they group them based on various factors, and they say these factors are the ones that we believe contributed to this outcome.
So they take like 1,000 cancer patients, and the majority of them did consume diet soda.
It's more like they take 10,000 people and they're like, here are the people that have cancer, here are the people that aren't. What are the differing factors? And these people ate red meat.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously,
that's the main contender here.
And then they start at that idea and they say, okay, what in the red meat could have contributed to cancer?
And you can fucking prove anything if you try.
And they come up with just like random things like T-Mow and stuff. And when you like dig into the biology, people are like, this does not make sense. And they're like, but like there's some correlation there. So maybe. It's like, but
there's a big correlation to people dying from flying airplane parts and being on land. So for the good of your health, you should probably stay in the water.
True. But yeah.
Fair enough.
I would rather be skinny.
Yeah, cancer will get you real skinny. No, I don't give a shit, and I don't know anything about the data whatsoever, so I'm arguing like a moot point that I don't even care.
A moot point?
I said moot point. You know what's funny is I thought moot, and at the same time I thought about how Jack made a joke about somebody saying mute point the other day, and so then mute just came out of my mouth. I'm like, God damn it. But yeah, no, it's like it's pretty tasty, and again, like what a great substitute as far as like texture goes and like the feeling you get from it. So yeah, wish I would have actually thought to enjoy something like this a lot sooner. That's for sure.
I remember my grandma gave me some kind of carbonated seltzer drink in a movie theater. Out of a can. I thought it was Sprite, and tasting it quickly realized it was horrible.
See, that's the experience I had, pretty much. And I was like, yeah, this is dog shit. I mean, it's because it like wasn't even like flavored. It was just like pure carbonated, like plain carbonated water, which I personally still think is disgusting.
Yeah, it was probably she probably gave me like a Perrier or something.
Yeah.
Oh
like,
man. Green can, thought it was like Sprite or 7-Up or something.
As a kid,
horrible.
Oof. Yeah, that's rough. That's rough.
Now it would be like delicious.
Yeah, you enjoy that. I'll stomach Perrier, and I like it in things, but on its own, it's.
Perrier is a difficult one because it's very carbonated and is very bitter,
dry and bitter. Yeah,
I think it's delicious. Like with a coffee, it's just beautiful.
Oh sure, yeah. No, I've had it with like coffees, like not side by side. In coffee, I've had it.
Yeah,
and that's good.
I meant like
side by side,
shot of espresso.
Yeah,
some Perrier. It's like nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a few of the guys at the shop that I worked at in California. That's what they would do. Just espresso and tonic and just like sip on those all day. And I'm like,
delicious.
Oh, I mean, good for them. It's free. So, but
I thought about a good
steps
thing to do would be to walk to Bluebeard.
Oh,
it's a far one.
Yeah, I was just about to say that's not very close.
That's a lot of steps.
I'm going to guess.
Are you guessing like miles?
Yep.
I can.
It's between
confirm how wrong
3 and 5 miles.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say. Let's say 3.7 miles.
According to Google Maps.
You're gonna say 4 point something.
4. According to Google Maps.
Okay.
Walking.
Yeah.
36 minutes, 1.8 miles.
What?
So not bad.
They cutting through people's backyards?
I don't know.
That's gotta be 3 miles.
But not bad, right?
No, it's not bad at all.
Less than 2 miles?
I don't believe that shit for a second. That's literally like the top part at Chambers that I skate back and forth. That is nothing. It seems the top of Chambers seems like a way shorter distance than this.
I don't know if the top chamber's 1.8 miles. That seems really...
Okay. What did you say? What did you say it was walking though?
1.8.
All right, yeah, basically the same. I don't know what the fuck different way they'd have you go, but well, actually, yeah, they'd probably just have you go all the way straight down like L. So you like can't go any further, is my guess. Just because it doesn't matter. Because this is 1.9, so it's 2 miles, and yeah, wow, I was pretty off. I need to recalibrate. That just, yeah, man, that seems so far, but 2 miles is nothing.
Yeah. So from the Chambers Bay Park to the golf course, it's like less than a mile.
Say what?
The Chambers Bay Park
Yeah.
to the golf course is less than a mile. Like to the golf course parking lot.
Oh. What? No.
Yeah.
See? Go.
Like that's where the like little swing sets and shit are.
Yeah, but where? I think I went to up there to that first quarter,
What?
and it was a little over a mile.
Okay.
I can't remember, man. I looked it up, and it was 1.12 miles.
Okay.
But now I'm really curious. I need to do this again.
Well, you said it's like the same as 1.8, so it being about a mile makes sense.
Wait. Oh, yeah, up top. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, yeah, doing.
You said like 1.8, and I was like, no way, it's close to 2 miles.
Yeah. So it's yeah.
Down and back.
Yeah,
sure.
down and back is about the same then.
Yeah.
That makes a lot more sense in my mind. But still weird. Yeah, I super don't need to look this up right now, but I'm curious to exactly where I pinpointed those. Yeah. I'm thinking I feel like for a while I haven't really been seeing a lot of advertisements for beers that I'm like stoked for.
We do have upcoming the next version of the Stereo Hopic. That was a quick turnaround, by the way.
It really was. Yeah, I mean, like 3 months, maybe.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Another Lagunitas, we keep talking about them, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, man, I would love to have them side by side, but I doubt you could even. It would probably be difficult to find that first one again. Although the one Fred Meyer by my house, I keep finding it there. So
The first one?
yeah,
Why do we need to find that again, though?
well, that's what I was saying. I'd be curious to try them side by side. Yeah. Well, the second was pretty good.
Haven't had it yet. I think I tasted yours, but
Yeah.
haven't had it
Right.
yet.
Yeah, it's different.
Let's see.
It's different doing that.
All right. Well, we'll see you in a couple weeks or on our weekly series, Pints, which is uploaded on Sunday mornings on our YouTubes, specifically, exclusively.
Yeah, that's interesting. Never think about that.
Yeah. So if you want to check that out, you can find it, probably. Other than that, laters.
See ya.